So beginning to look into the mind of Buddha, or beginning to look into the mind of clearer than crystal awareness. It's not difficult to see that the moon is not composed of concepts. And so also looking into the mind of the Buddha or recognizing the Buddha mind within everything now has nothing to do with the concepts that one may identify with, indulge in, believe in, or even experience. And when we look at a stone, may not be very impressive just seeing a stone, but when we can see the value in the stone as it already is, we can transform it to be the way that we wish it to be. And in that way, our wishes can be fulfilled by perfecting the practice that we have, the opportunity to cultivate on this mind of the Buddha, or clearer than crystal awareness. So a stone by itself, even if it's a big stone, you probably look at it and you don't think too much about it. You don't give it too much attention. But the dragon originates from that stone. So in the same way, when we start to be aware of awareness, or the pristine quality of the way that things already are, the awareness that is already, that's where the potential for the great stone dragon arises from, and that's what it returns to as well. So we may have different aspirations as a man or a woman, or a businessman, but for everyone, this clearer than crystal, pristine awareness that is already is the best source for getting what we want. And getting what we truly want, not just be convenient or seems to be that's desirable, but what we truly want deep down inside, which is freedom. So the mind of Buddha is the mind that is already free. The mind of Buddha doesn't need to do anything to be free or to get free. It doesn't need to become free. It is already free. It is already complete in its freedom. And you can believe in this all you want, but that's not meeting the Buddha within. And that's not abiding in the mind of Buddha. That's not spending time with awareness. So it's just like believing in the capacity or the potential of a great stone, but not spending the time with it to understand its value. And so we need to spend time with awareness. We need to spend time contemplating the mind of Buddha, or spend time contemplating freedom, so that we can make more and more use of it in our daily life to help ourselves and to help others and to help the environment, the spiritual and material environment, with the depth of our awareness. And so it's a space or a situation or a case or an experience where like and dislike are irrelevant. Where choosing, picking and choosing and making decisions about mental, physical, and verbal actions is irrelevant. What is evil? Evil is that which does not recognize this and does not point to this and does not originate from this. Evil in Buddhism is just ignorance. So we may get very frustrated with someone or angry at someone or make a lot of judgments about someone because they're ignorant, but that's to go to war. It doesn't lead us to make them into a boogeyman or a boogie woman. So what is ignorance? Ignorance is not understanding, not understanding. It's understanding, understanding. It is grasping and attachment, right? Ignorance is based in grasping and attachment onto something that doesn't actually exist, as if it were permanent, which also doesn't exist. There are no permanent things anywhere. There never have been, there never will be permanent things. And it's not that we begin to think about this and mull this over and figure this out, but rather that we become aware of the principles of reality as they already actually are. Through being open to what already is and not taking more mental, physical, or verbal actions, and not suppressing those actions either. space supports everything, but space does not depend on things. And if you can see this, if you can practice with this, then you don't need to do anything else. You can adopt the right view, you can adopt the right understanding, and you can take refuge in that when your clarity becomes obfuscated. Thoughts are by nature insane and crazy, so um, stop thinking. Don't rely on thoughts. Don't take refuge in thoughts. Period. Do not take refuge in thoughts and deal with that as the direction. If you can practice wholeheartedly and get some experience with not taking refuge in thoughts, then you can begin to uh, think correctly or think in such a way that leads to and is based on unending, that is based on mindfulness and detachment rather than ignorance and attachment. And at the beginning, it is a exercise, but then your health and wealth of mindfulness and detachment are no longer an exercise; they are a way of life. A way of life that is already like that. And if you cannot and do not develop this relationship with the mind of the Buddha or the mind of awareness that is not based on anything, that does not come from anything, that is not about anything or anyone, then fundamentally your capacity to perceive will be deranged. All of the things that we grasp, all of the things that we are holding on to and fixated on. And if you are not open to being a fool, then you're going to be crazy and deranged and insane. Because the arrogance within you will be so fundamentally out of control and unchecked that you're kind of at war with anything and everything. Or you're seeing each moment as a war, and you're looking for any way to get away from that, any way to escape that. Whereas when we surrender or give unto awareness that which we grasp, it becomes very clear that these phenomena, mental, physical, social, material, spiritual phenomena, are arising and ceasing, arising from and ceasing into completely nothing. Right? A kind of complete nothingness. That's where everything is arising from and everything is returning to. That's the appearance. The appearances are like that.
I'm like the representative of.
Oh, that word.
I represent to Sangha. So, like that, because I am a monk.
Seattle, are you teaching at 1 o'clock? You give Dhamma talk at 1 o'clock?
Yes.
Wait, is the time changed?
I just look at the schedule. It's meditation, right?
It's.
I see it says meditation, but I don't know if that's with Seattle or not.
If And no teaching at 1 o'clock. There will be teaching at 2:30 because
Mm.
someday I may go out after lunch to the bank or to
Oh.
to some of the invited vision.
So this hour right here at 1 o'clock, it's sit in meditation. You will teach. And Dhamma talk, is it still at 6? Because a lot of people will come for Dhamma talk at 6.
Yes, sick is yes, sick is sure.
Okay.
For evening time, there may be 3 times a day, 7:30 to 9 in the morning, and 1 or 2:30 to 5 in the afternoon.
Ah, okay.
6 to 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
So all the sit in meditation, you might come in to teach.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have interview today at 3:30. 3:30 interview. Okay. So I will let them know that with all the sit-in meditation, you will be given instruction.
Yes.
Okay. But the schedule, no change, right? The schedule. I have typed up your Dhamma talk,
Yeah.
so I will send it to you for review before I translate it to Vietnamese and print out for all the yogis.
Yeah.
So every day I will send to you for review. And if you are okay, I will translate it. Yeah, and I print it out, leave it here for them. Is that okay? Okay. And I wanted to ask you the schedule for the second and okay. So the second and the fourth retreat, we will have Westerners, and on the schedule, we have group sharing. So I want to request to Siadol if some of the group sharing, if Bande Varapano or Siale Karuna or anyone can actually share Dhamma or share their experience for the group sharing, because they can relate more like Westerner monks. So some of the group sharing, Dhamma talk or Sayadaw gives Dhamma talk, but sometimes the group sharing, maybe 1 or 2 days, Bande Varapano can give the talk. Bande, you accept?
Anytime I can give Dhamma talk. I'm very skillful to teach about Sayadaw teaching and explain to people what they cannot understand about Tabarwa and also Sayadaw's teaching. So I have many experience doing like that and bringing Westerner to ordain with Sayadaw. So I can do it.
So those 2 retreats, Sayadaw, when we leave here and go to the mountain, it will be cold. You and the mountain, so for that you stay warm and walking. We will walk maybe 20-30 minutes to like walk in meditation, but in the mountain. You can walk with us, or you can stay if you want to, but there will be hiking, like going to the mountain.
If let's see.
Yes.
I'm not used to climb up mountain.
Or we don't climb, but walking. Walking. Yeah, walking. Like lots of avocado trees and
Mm.
fruit. So we take all the yogis around to visit the center. The center is large. It sits on 50-acre land.
Mm.
So there's 1 hour a day when we do walking together. Flat land, not
Oh, yes.
yeah, flat.
That is okay.
Flat. And then we will visit the center where it's being built right now, very big, and we can request to use them for retreats when it's complete. It can have hundreds of yogis to live there, stay there. And so there's two center. One is a small one where we will stay, but there's a bigger one that under construction right now. So when we go there, we will visit the bigger center to see, and then you can see if it's suitable for future retreats there.
Oh,
A
yeah.
very very big center with room and board for many people. So that's the plan, is to conduct retreats there, and it's suitable for us to hold retreats later. Yeah. When we leave here on Sunday, we leave when the course ends Sunday. Theodore can go back to the Bawa Center tonight. Then Monday, you go directly to the second retreat. Drive directly there.
Yes, yes.
And I will go there first to set up, but Theodore can come for lunch or can come for opening ceremony at 2:30.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, I will let you rest, and at 3:30 I will bring the interview question in here. We will interview in here.
3:30. Okay.
3:30 until 5.
Until 5, you mean one by one? Or?
One by one.
Okay.
But not many.